Hello and welcome. This is Super Evolution. We see Ming He at the control panel for the ride that the group was on. As they finally get on the ground, one asks Ming He if he had a violet soul rank power all along. They say that Ming He is so strong since he already has the ultimate move. Ming He gets to the group and starts to raise up the seat locks. Wang tells Ming He that he is strong and thanks him while also saying that the Institute must have been blind. Wang and Lu start to hype up Ming He's power and also says that there must have been something wrong with the test or the examiner didn't do their job properly. Ming He is next to Lin and starts to hold her. Lin calls out Ming He's name and asks him if she's going to die. Ming He confirms to Lin that she won't die while also saying that the officials will be there soon. Lin tells Ming He that he is strong and none of them knew, while Shui agrees with her. Wang noticed that the officials are there and so they start to wave them over. Ming He tells Lin to stop talking for now so she could save her energy. Wang and Lu start to call out to the other people and tell them that they are over there. We see two people that look like superhumans and two more people that look like doctors rushing over to the group. The lady is called Commander Luo Lin, and she told the other superhuman to go eliminate the threat. The officials are acting fast, and the doctors are rushing over to the wounded. One of the doctors tells Lin that the spear wasn't pulled out, so there shouldn't be any life-threatening danger, only if they start the surgery fast enough. The commander starts to talk to Ming He and tells him that he needs to get patched up. She also says that they detected a Lord rank mutant on their way there. She also tells him that they are lucky to be alive. We then see Lin Qingyu, which is the other superhuman that we saw next to the commander. He ends up saying that the threat has been resolved. The commander tells Lin Qingyu not to be so careless while they are on a mission, since the threat can still be around and might be waiting for an opportunity to attack. Lin Qingyu then reassures her that the mutant is already dead and then points to the crater that Ming He made. He tells the commander that the corpse is in the hole and also says that it was a human mutant and is most likely used the pollution source to alternate its body. The commander asked if it was true with shock on her face and then asked who killed the mutant. Wang, Lu, and Shui all point to Ming He, but the commander didn't believe it, so she asked him if he killed it or not. Ming He then tells her that he was the person that killed it and also he was the one that reported the incident to him. Ming He starts to pull out the beast's blood and tells Luo that this is the source of the pollution and he stole it from Dr. Zhao, who was planning to release the blood into the water pipes. Ming He tosses the blood to Luo, but then she looks with shock while asking Ming He how did he manage to do it. Ming He then explains that he just took the blood from Dr. Zhao when he wasn't looking. Luo said that isn't what she was asking and then asked how he killed the Lord rank mutant. Ming He then gives a blunt answer and tells her that he killed it with his fists and also saying that his power is in his fists. Luo asks Ming He what rank is he and what department does he belong to. Ming He then tells her that he is an apprentice starlight rank. Luo thinks Ming He is lying since that Lord rank mutant killed two Moonglow rank superhumans. Wang comes over to Ming He and the commander and explains that Ming He just became a superhuman not too long ago. She also says that Ming He didn't even get accepted into the Superhuman Institute. Luo out of nowhere then says, "It's you," to Ming He, but he doesn't know what she meant by it. She then tells Ming He that he was the one that was disobedient on the other side of the walkie-talkie. One of the doctors then asks Ming He if he was the one who saved those people on the bus near the Nanjiao hospital. The doctor remembers Ming He's name, but he didn't know his face since it had blood all over it. Lin Qingyu grabs Ming He's shoulder and tells him that he is a hero and he saved the whole city of Langyang. He also says to Ming He that he made the higher ranked superhumans look like statues. Ming He then gives them a humble response and tells them that he just gave it his all to protect his classmates. Luo then asks Ming He if he was interested in joining their official superhuman organization since the jobs pay well, have many benefits, and also the females there are all pretty just as the commander. Lin Qingyu says to Luo that she is shameless, which I 100% agree, like what are you talking about, come on now. Luo starts to get annoyed by the comment, but Lin Qingyu then clarifies that the other female colleagues are far inferior in comparison to Luo. Luo tells Ming He that the official superhuman organization will welcome him with open arms. Ming He replies and says he will think about it, and then he passes out. Lin, Qingyu, Luo, and the doctor hold Ming He. So the doctor checks his heart and tells the other two that he fainted from blood loss. We then switch to the news, and the female talking on the news says that the officials have cleared out all the mutant creatures. She also says that a certain superhuman helped a lot during that time. And we all know who it was, it's our boy Minky. Like, come on now, he's the GOAT, he's the main character, like, let's be for real, no one else contributed as much as he did, like, come on. The lady on the news says that the hero is in the hospital getting treatment, and once he wakes up, they'll try to get an exclusive with him. We then switch to Lei Yang Hospital. We see Minky in the hospital bed and Sister Lan sitting right next to him. Minky starts to open his eyes and Sister Lan gets excited, saying that he's finally awake. Once again, he wakes up next to Sister Lan. She tells Minky that he's been asleep for 2 days and she thought that he wouldn't wake up this time. Minky seems like he's still confused on what's going on and asks Sister Lan why is she there. Sister Lan tells Minky that she got transferred since she made a special request at the other hospital to take care of him. She tells Minky that he is the young hero of Liang City and there are a lot of reporters waiting outside to interview him. Minky draws his attention to Lin and asks Sister Lan what happened to her. Sister Lan tells Minky that Lin is in the intensive care unit, but one of the doctors said that she isn't in any life-threatening danger anymore as long as she stays in the hospital, so then she will slowly recover and should be fine. Minky said with a smile that it's a relief that she's okay. Out of the blue, we see Luo enter the building with General Lee. General Lee asked Minky if he was feeling any better, which Minky replied saying that he feels good and it's nothing too serious. Sister Lan tells General Lee that Minky's physique is really interesting since he recovered from his injuries quite fast. Luo tells Sister Lan that it's good to hear and Minky is more than fit to join the official organization since they need a superhuman that has a monstrous body like Minky's. General Lee gets serious and tells Minky that he prevented a disaster from spreading throughout the city and thanks him on his behalf of Lei Yang's official superhuman organization. Minky tells the general that he just did what he had to do. General Lee looks up at Minky, but then Luo asks Sister Lan to have the day off and they should go get something to eat. Sister Lan then agrees with the idea and says that they haven't hung out in a while. Sister Lan tells Luo what she wants as they start to walk away. They both left the room and then the general takes a seat, but Minky catches on quick and asks why the general wanted to speak with him alone about. General Lee asks Minky how does he know if it's important, which Minky replies with what just happened with Sister Lan and Luo. General Lee tells Minky that he is very perceptive. General Lee heard about the fight Minky had with Dr. Zhao and knows that Minky would have lost in terms of strength, but despite Dr. Zhao being stronger than Minky, he somehow managed to defeat him. General Lee talks about how you would think superhumans are naturally stronger, but that isn't really true since they might not know how to use their power. He tells Minky that he is actually good. Minky starts to be humble and tells the general about his luck ability and says that is the only reason that he survived, but General Lee tells Minky not to be so humble since luck could only get you so far. Minky tells General Lee that he is too kind. General Lee then asked about what Dr. Zhao said, so Minky tells him about all the rumbo jumbo that he was spitting. General Lee then tells Minky that most of what Dr. Zhao said could be true. Minky looks up with confusion towards the general. General Lee tells Minky that their research tells them that the Calamity demons originated from meteors, and since every meteor has a creature inside them, they all pose a threat to humanity. He then talks about how each creature has natural instincts and the main one was to survive in this world, but the first instinct that the meteor Calamity demons had was to kill. Minky knew what General Lee was talking about, but he asked if Dr. Zhao was right about humanity being a cancer to the universe. General Lee tells Minky about how humans' first instinct is to survive, and our second is to explore since we are curious. General Lee isn't able to answer Minky's question about being a cancer to the universe since humanity hasn't explored too much of the universe. Minky is being positive and thinks about the facts, which is the universe put them there for a reason and also gave them superpowers for a reason, so superhumans have power to fight the calamities. General Lee thinks Ming He made a good point since the birth of superhumans is evidence that their theory is refuted. General Lee thinks that they might just be newborns of the universe and the calamities that are invading are the germs of the universe. General Lee is positive about the situation and tells Minky that they will never be overwhelmed by the Calamity creatures, since the superhumans will be the shield of the voyage of exploration, which in terms will keep the flames of civilization burning bright. Minky tells the general that he is now a superhuman, but isn't at the power to protect all of humanity, but he will try to protect the people that is close to him. General Lee asks Minky if he can confirm some stuff for him in hopes that he doesn't withhold any information. General Lee tells Minky about the meteor that was called the Goddess. He also says that the meteor entered the Earth's atmosphere but suddenly changed course and exploded above the Earth. Apparently, it was the meteor that ended up hitting Minky since he was in the area, and since he was hit, he ended up becoming unconscious for a whole year. Minky asks General Lee if that's what happened. General Lee gets serious and asks Minky what he's seen. Ming He tells General Lee that all he saw was the light of something, and soon after that, he lost consciousness. General Lee asks Ming He if that's all he saw, or maybe he saw something running out of the meteor. Ming He reassures General Lee that he really didn't see anything, and then asks if there was a dangerous calamity demon inside of that meteor. General Lee tells Ming He that there is 1 to 12 levels of calamities. He said that a grade 1 is just like a normal natural disaster like a tornado. He then said that a demon in Nanjiao was classified as a grade 3 calamity. Dr. Zhao wanted to put the blood into the water supply, which would have been a grade 6 calamity, but luckily Minky stopped him just in time. Minky was confused about the grade 3 calamity since it was the mutants. General Lee tells Minky that they are trying to monitor the goddess, but then tells Minky that the goddess is a level 9 calamity. Minky was shocked to hear that the goddess is a level 9 calamity. General Lee tells Minky that the goddess' destructive capabilities could threaten the entire country. Minky thinks that it's terrifying, but General Lee says that the meteor isn't the scary part, but what comes out of them is. He tells Minky about a level 8 calamity that was in South China, and it was an Emperor-class beast. He then tells Minky that the blood that Dr. Zhao had was from that level 8 beast. General Lee talks about a black market merchant selling that beast's blood. Minky thinks that the blood has already caused a lot of trouble. General Lee said that the goddess is just as terrifying and it might even threaten humanity. General Lee says that they have been searching for the meteorite that had the goddess in it, but they haven't had any success. He said that Minky was the closest witness and also experienced the shockwaves of the meteor, so they would like to get some clues from him. Minky says again that he didn't know anything, so he couldn't give them any clues, which then he apologizes for. General Lee tells Minky that it's okay, and they just wanted to confirm, and the fragments of the meteor could have been in different places. Minky then asks the general about the second thing. General Lee then tells Minky that Commander Luo is recommending him to join their organization. He then says that Minky's luck ability has brought him good luck, since he woke up from his coma with a Violet Soul rank superpower. General Lee asks if Minky wanted to join them. Minky tells the general that he will have to talk to his sister about it. General Lee then says that the doors will always be open for Minky. General Lee was about to leave, but Minky stopped him, which the general thought Minky had clues, but Minky asked about the reward. General Lee then laughs and tells Minky that he will get his full reward and not a single penny will be missing. Minky then thanks General Lee. Minky thinks that it's time to meditate. So he closes his eyes and then we see him in an area with stairs and a statue of a female. He says to the statue that she heard the general's words. The statue starts to crack and looks at Minky. It then explodes and a bright light and gust of wind comes out. We then see a female and Minky asked if it was a level 9 calamity. Thank you all for watching and I hope you all enjoyed this video.